All right, so everyone was wondering how long it would take for Donald Trump to go back to his old ways, considering everyone thought, and not everyone, I didn't, but too many people thought that he was presidential, quote unquote, presidential on his speech on Tuesday night. And so the question was, how long would it take? What's the over under on how long it would take for Donald Trump to go back to being a feckless man-child? It didn't take a full week. And you can see on your screen, he's come out swinging against the Democratic Party. It's so pathetic that Dems have still not approved my full cabinet. Well, at the same time, 43 days into the presidency for Barack Obama, someone pointed out on Twitter, and I think it's worthwhile mentioning, from Ryan Strucky, on day 43, Obama still had two nominees left to be appointed, just like Donald Trump still has two nominees left to be appointed. But even more so than that, those appointees who are ready to actually be voted on have already been voted on, at least according to Marco Rubio. Take a look at this. After the votes taken earlier this afternoon, Marco Rubio says the U.S. Senate has now confirmed all of the available cabinet nominations. So somebody, probably Donald Trump, is completely out of the loop or completely unaware of how the process actually works. On yesterday, the Senate confirmed Ben Carson to be the Secretary of the Housing and Urban Development, and Rick Perry, both of whom, Rick Perry to be the Secretary of the Department of Energy, both of whom are highly unqualified for those positions, but that's for another conversation. The fact is that they were confirmed on yesterday, and all that remains are the two that Donald Trump, they are not prepared to be voted on by the Senate, at least according to Marco Rubio. I think, honestly, this is just Donald Trump trying to distract from the conversation on Jeff Sessions and Russia. And I'm not really one that always tries to say, oh, don't pay attention to his tweets because he's trying to distract you. You know, we have to pay attention to his tweets. He's the president of the United States, and what he says actually carries a significant weight. So I'm not really one who always thinks that everything he says is a deflection, but he's so wrong and so out of touch with reality here that this is all that this could really be. The only thing this really is for him trying to change the national conversation away from the fact that his sitting attorney general lied under oath before the Senate. Quite literally an offense that you can be charged for. At a minimum, this recusal is like getting off easy. And so Donald Trump is trying to do what he does so well, is say something inflammatory to cause the national conversation to change. Unfortunately, Donald, this one is not wild enough. You're going to have to try a lot harder. You're going to have to try a lot harder if you're trying to change the conversation and distract us from the fact that you have appointed a liar as our attorney general.